Are you tired of the same old advice on how to be successful? Well, get ready for a fresh perspective that will challenge your beliefs and push you to new heights. In today's video, we're diving into the book Ask Gary Vee, One Entrepreneur's Take on Leadership, Social Media, and Self-Awareness by author Gary Vaynerchuk. Now, before you dismiss this as just another self-help book, let me tell you, this is not your average run-of-the-mill advice. I read this book with the mindset of a new entrepreneur looking for the key principles to achieve success. And let me tell you, Gary is the real deal. The core message of the book can be summed up in 2 words: hustle and self-awareness. It all starts with having a big, audacious goal that truly drives you. Gary's goal, for example, is to own the New York Jets. Some might call it unrealistic, but it's that big dream that gets him up every day and keeps him focused on the long game. When you have a big goal, it changes your perspective. The petty stuff no longer consumes your thoughts because you're playing in the big game. The key is having the self-awareness to know what will light that fire inside of you and keep you in the game for the long haul. But self-awareness goes beyond just knowing your goals. It's about recognizing your strengths and weaknesses. We often think we're good at certain things when, in reality, we should let someone else handle them. Gary suggests asking the people around us for their honest opinions about our strengths and weaknesses. It may be hard to hear, but it's necessary for our growth. Now, let's talk about hustle. Gary defines hustle as squeezing every last bit of juice out of your day. It's about putting all your effort into achieving your goals and making every minute count. Are you giving 51% of the value in every interaction? Are you hustling for depth in your community? These are the tough questions you need to ask yourself. If you're not working as hard as you could, it's time to reevaluate your priorities. Hustle doesn't guarantee success, but it ensures that you won't have any regrets in the long run. So, here's the bottom line. If you're serious about entrepreneurship, you need to embrace the hustle and maximize your self-awareness. Make every minute count and focus on providing value to others. It's all about honing your skills and staying true to your goals. Now, if you want to dive deeper into the insights I gathered from Gary's book, I've created a 1-page PDF that highlights the key takeaways. Just click the link below and I'll happily email it to you. And if you're already subscribed to our newsletter, you'll find it in your inbox. Thanks for watching, my friend. Now it's time for you to take action. What are the key principles from this book that you're going to implement in your life? Comment down below and let's keep the conversation going. And remember, if you found this video valuable and want to show your appreciation, you can give a tip proportional to the value you received. The link to do so can be found in the video description. Now, go out there and hustle like never before. Your success awaits. Hey there, buddy. Are you ready to dive into another fascinating chapter of Sun Tzu's Art of War? I promise you won't be disappointed. Lesson number 1. Sun Tzu said, "The art of war recognizes 9 varieties of ground. When a chieftain is fighting in his own territory, it is dispersive ground. On dispersive ground, fight not." Lesson number 2. When he has penetrated into hostile territory, but to no great distance, it is facile ground. On facile ground, halt not. Lesson number 3. Ground the possession of which imports great advantage to either side, is contentious ground. On contentious ground, attack not. Lesson number 4. Ground on which each side has liberty of movement is open ground. On open ground, do not try to block the enemy's way. Lesson number 5. Ground which forms the key to 3 contiguous states, so that he who occupies it first has most of the empire at his command, is a ground of intersecting highways. On the ground of intersecting highways, join hands with your allies. Lesson number 6. When an army has penetrated into the heart of a hostile country, leaving a number of fortified cities in its rear, it is serious ground. On serious ground, gather and plunder. Lesson number 7. Mountain forests, rugged steeps, marshes and fens, all country that is hard to traverse. This is difficult ground. In difficult ground, keep steadily on the march. Lesson number 8. Ground which is reached through narrow gorges, and from which we can only retire by tortuous paths, so that a small number of the enemy would suffice to crush a large body of our men. This is hemmed-in ground. On hemmed-in ground, resort to stratagem. Lesson number 9. Ground on which we can only be saved from destruction by fighting without delay is desperate ground. On desperate ground, fight. These 9 types of ground are essential to understand as you navigate the complexities of war. Each ground requires a different strategy and approach, and you must choose wisely to obtain victory. Now, my friend, let me ask you a question. Which lesson from Sun Tzu's Art of War resonates with you the most? What actions from this video are you going to implement in your own life? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And here's a little incentive for you. If you found this video valuable and want to show your appreciation, you can give a tip proportional to the value you received. Just check the link in the description. Once again, thank you for joining me on this journey through the wisdom of Sun Tzu. And remember, the art of war extends far beyond the battlefield. It can be applied to all areas of life, helping you to become the strongest, most successful man you can be. Stay tuned for the final chapter of the art of war, my friend. Until then, take care, stay ambitious, and keep striving for greatness. See you next time. Hey there, my ambitious friend. Are you ready to learn some powerful strategies for success? Well, you're in luck because today we're diving into the ancient wisdom of Sun Tzu's The Art of War and uncovering the hidden lessons in warfare that can be applied to our modern lives. So buckle up and get ready for an epic journey of knowledge and enlightenment. Lesson number 1. In order to carry out an attack, we must have means available. Just like the great military leaders throughout history, we need to be prepared and have resources at our disposal. Whether it's knowledge, skills, or financial resources, we must always be ready to take action and seize opportunities. Lesson number 2. When attacking with fire, be prepared for possible developments. It's all about being adaptable and responding to the changing circumstances. Just like William of Normandy, who attacked a castle by shooting fire into it while simultaneously sending men to start another fire from the outside, we need to be proactive and take advantage of distractions or vulnerabilities in our competition. Lesson number 3. If there is an outbreak of fire, but the enemy remains quiet, bide your time and do not attack. Sometimes, it's best to wait and observe. Take the example of the Japanese during World War II, who used fire balloons to attack the U.S. mainland. The U.S. authorities chose to keep quiet about these incidents, allowing them to gather intelligence and eventually put an end to the attacks. When competitors behave strangely, be suspicious and strategize accordingly. Lesson number 4. When the force of the flames has reached its height, follow it up with an attack if possible. Timing is everything. Just like the southern warlords who attacked Cao Cao's fleet after their fire ships had caused chaos, the best time to strike is when the enemy is in disarray. Look for the opportune moment to make your move and capitalize on the confusion. Lesson number 5. If possible, make an assault with fire from without, rather than waiting for it to break out within. Strategic thinking is key. Instead of entering the enemy's camp to start a fire, the Castilians sprayed oil onto the English ships and set them ablaze from a distance. You don't always have to play by the rules. Find creative ways to attack from unexpected angles and gain the upper hand. Lesson number 6. When you start a fire, be to windward of it. Environmental factors can greatly impact the outcome of your plans. Just like King Penda, who had to abandon his attack when the wind blew the fire back onto his own men, it's crucial to assess the conditions and act accordingly. Choose your battles wisely and ensure that the odds are in your favor. Lesson number 7. Intelligence is shown by those who use fire as an aid to attack, while strength is gained by those who use water as an aid to attack. Fire and water are both powerful assets when utilized correctly. The Athenians lost siege engines to fire when attacking Syracuse, while later, Dionysus I organized fire brigades to extinguish flames when his own siege engines were attacked. Adaptation and resourcefulness are the keys to success. Lesson number 8. Unhappy is the fate of one who tries to win battles without fostering the spirit of enterprise. Without a proactive and innovative mindset, our efforts are wasted and we become stagnant. Just like the Byzantines who invented Greek fire, we must encourage creativity and ingenuity. Nurture the ideas of those around you and create an environment that fosters growth and innovation. Lesson number 9. Move not unless you see an advantage. Fight not unless the position is critical. Don't waste your time and resources on fruitless endeavors. Just as Napoleon Bonaparte understood, taking action without a clear advantage is detrimental. Assess the situation, weigh the risks and benefits, and make informed decisions. Lesson number 10. No ruler should put troops into the field merely to gratify his own desires. Avoid acting out of ego or personal motives. Learn from General Grant's mistake at the Battle of Cold Harbor, where his pride led to the unnecessary loss of thousands of his own soldiers. Stay humble and make decisions based on logic and reason, not emotions. Lesson number 11. The enlightened ruler is heedful, and the good general is cautious. Caution and careful planning are vital for success. Following in the footsteps of Field Marshal Montgomery, who prioritized thorough preparation and caution, we can achieve steady and sustainable progress. Avoid unnecessary harm and fight only when the position is critical. So, my ambitious friend, what will you take away from these powerful lessons? How will you apply them in your own life to reach new heights of success? Take a moment to reflect and make a plan of action. And remember, if you found this video valuable, consider giving a tip proportional to the value received. The link can be found in the description below. Now go forth and conquer.